Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Alone with Armanda. I was dancing before, sorry. uh, well, uh, I'm really glad to be again here with you. We are going to play a game that I'm obsessed with. Uh, just when I saw everything about it, I was like, I need to play this game. I want to review it. I want to do an actual play. And luckily enough, Kirby was really helpful to do it. He sent me the game so I can print it down here in Argentina. We are talking about Evergreen Wilds, a brochure game about being a ranger in this national park. That it's really cool. Um, this game is made by Disaster Tourism. This is a sorry, a, a team of two people doing cool games. They have uh, other solo games such as some business card RPGs, and one that I really like. I haven't played it yet, but it's really cool. That it's called Noir. It's like in the 1920s, and you get clues and you solve crime and things like that. Really interesting. And well, me, well, whatever. I really am an outdoorsy person. I really like to go camping and enjoy nature. I live in a small city in Argentina that has hills, and you can go hiking. And well, next week I'm going camping, and I was like wild about Evergreen Wilds. It's a really simple game. In it, as I told you, you're a ranger and you get to work for a season in this amazing national park. And okay, that's more or less all that's there. We are going to read through it and throw dice and get cards and try not to get eaten by a bear, please, please. Okay, that won't happen because unlike the game that we played last week, here you don't have stats, you don't have anything except if you want to get hurt by a bear, well, that's on you. I won't do that because I'm like terrified of bears. We don't have bears in Argentina, so we are safe, but we have pumas, for example. uh, I might do a hack of this for southern hemisphere sometime. I can do that. Okay, so Evergreen Wilds National Park Guide. We have the game presented as a brochure. It's really cool, simple, and astonishing, really. Welcome to bright and beautiful Evergreen Wilds National Park. So you've decided to spend the season here with us at Evergreen. Care for the park is of utmost importance, and daily ritualistic tasks will help you keep watch over the wilds, while also giving you purpose and insight into yourself and the world around you. Below is a set of instructions to guide you through your season here at Evergreen. Just with this, I imagine like uh, you were a person that was tired of living in the city, like in Firewatch, you know. If you have played Firewatch, it's more or less like a guy that is really uh, tired of the life in the city and stuff like that, and it's really nice. Um, uh, and okay, well, that's that. Firstly, we'd like to get to know you a bit better. please fill out our short questionnaire at the beginning of your official journal. While we have your information on file from your training, having it in this journal ensures the records stay connected and personal information is kept private. Okay, Kirby says on the chat that this game was inspired by Firewatch, so cool. um, so we have some questions. I wouldn't say that they are simple. They are open questions about your character. So I'm going to make this now. I'm going to write down, but we are going to do everything like talking because it's weird to show my horrible handwriting. So, what is your name, your pronouns, and your age? I'm going to be called Carlos. Carlos Guerra. I'm 42 years old and I'm he, him. I hope I remember this because I'm going to misgender myself. Where are you from? I would say that um, I am from Argentina and I am visiting. I have this dream of getting to all the North American national parks. It's like a dream of my life, and well, that's why I am in Evergreen Wilds. Mm, well, tell us a bit about yourself, interests, life goals, etc. Mm, I'm an architect. I don't know nothing about architecture, but I'm going to be an architect. I like to take pictures. And for life goals, I would say I want to live in a cabin in the middle of nowhere for the end of my life. Okay. To be honest, I want to live in a cabin in the middle of nowhere where there's no people. But well, Carlos and I have that in common. What are you hoping to gain from a season as a ranger here at the Wilds? I hope I can get in touch with this different continent and well subcontinent, but this new nature and um, sorry. I want to get in touch with nature that I haven't known before. I want to have new experiences and get some spice on my life. Have you spent much time outdoors? Yes, I am. Carlos is it's an outdoorsy person that every time he can, he runs away from the big city he lives in. What are some of your fears or concerns about spending a season here? I am like really afraid of bears. Uh, in Argentina, there are no bears, as I told you already, and I'm terrified of getting a 13, to be honest, because I already know the number that I have to take to get on the dice to get a bear. Yeah, actual outdoorsy, not Instagram outdoorsy. Yes. Okay. So we have a really simple uh, character creation that I really like. I think that the questions are really good for that. And I want to show you the beautiful map that we have here. Uh, it's really nice. Uh, and I love it. It's really nice. You can't read anything because it's really small for the camera, but trust me, it's interesting. So, how does the game work? Mm, it's really simple. It's a mix up between a standard deck of cards and a D20 and well a D66 table my yellow dice will be my first one, and then you have it. You need a D2, so I'm going to use a D4 and divide it by two, and okay, that's it. And obviously a journal, yeah. Um, so this works through a process of weeks in which you receive a certain amount of calls. For the first week, you have to roll for every week a D2 and add plus one. So I'm going to roll my dice. I took a three, so that's divided two is 1.5, and rounding it up is a two. So this week, on week one, I'll have three calls. You get radio calls to do things in the park, yeah. Like every week you'll receive multiple radio calls from racial headquarters requiring your attention. This might be as benign as ensuring the fencing at Widower's Walk is repaired, or as exciting as an agitated black bear spotted by hikers. No, no bear, please. No bear. Yes, it's a journaling game. Uh, it's a journaling game, and you can, to be honest, you can draw a map, and I don't think that there's a gate or vehicle. But yeah, bears are all, they are hibernating. It's winter. Um, okay, so uh, I have three calls per week, and for this week, and I'm going to play for. Stop saying bears, please. um, Sorry. And okay, the game takes place during 8 weeks, so you're going to receive a certain amount of radio calls. Or beers are fine. Yes. uh 8 weeks, certain amount of calls for each week, and you're going to have to take notes on a log that it's like you say week one, first call, second call, third call, and then you do the log at the end of the week, and then you start again for the week, and then you have a general report. That's like the general structure of the game. So I'm going to have for my first week three calls, as I already rolled. Then to receive a radio call, you have to roll a d20 that is going to mark a location in the map. So that's the place where you have to go to answer to solve the radio call. And then you have certain aspects of the game with the cards and the D66 that gives you more information, keywords and situations for you to develop what's happening. So I'm going to roll the D20 for my location. It's a three. I'm going to check out for the three on my map. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I have my glasses, but I, I don't see anything anyway. Three is Ranger Tower North. So I'm going to go to this Ranger Tower North first. Then I'm going to roll my D66, and it's an 11. That's trash. So trash at Ranger Tower North. And for my next trick, I'm going to get a card from my deck. Look at my Seawolf deck, please, because it's amazing. It's really, really nice. I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but more or less it has a Seawolf there. And I get this. I don't remember the name of the picas. Spades. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. 10 of spades. The suit of the card will give you how the weather is. So it's heavily raining because of my spades. Heavy rain, and it's a 10, so missing. It's my other keyword for this. Okay, so I have Ranger Tower North, trash, heavy rain, and missing. What I imagine that it's happening is that the trash can in the area is missing. Someone might have took it, so I will try to look around to if I find this. I'm not sure how the trash cans are in the states, but for these places, I mean. But here you have like some tins on inside, like a wood box, and from there you can put in and out the tin. Yeah. So I'm going to search around if to see if the tin is around, and I'm going. It's raining, so I'll take my raincoat. Sorry. And okay, so I find it. It's down a big tree. Someone might have thought this was funny, and so I will go and get it, take out the trash if there's some, clean it, and put it back in its place. So everything's in order now in Ranger Tower North. That was my first call of the week. Uh, this is an incident that it says here that this it says once you reach the location, you need to investigate the area, ensure everything is safe and working condition, and then document the incident. Document the incident by detailing what has happened here and how you resolve the situation. You may also add your own personal feeling and responses to these incidents if applicable. This is encouraged as the health and well-being of rangers at Evergreen Wilds is very important. All journal entries are archived in ranger headquarters, and all personal information is kept private. So I've already resolved this incident on Ranger Tower North. There was a trash can that was missing. It was heavily raining, and I decided to put back I find the tin can, I put it back, and everything's solved now. I can't believe that there's people that do this as a joke or whatever. I don't like them. So that's my report for this first call of the week. I'm going to roll again the camera. I'm going to roll again for my second call of the. Sorry, I'm laughing at the chat. Yeah, I'm really I really hate people that do this stuff, like, for real. Carlos hates them too, and he wants to avenge the park clean clean state. So okay, that's for the first call. We are going to do my second. So once again, we roll the d20, we roll the d66, we take a card. Uh, I'm going to roll my d20. That's a 2. I took a 3 on the first one. A 2 is Castle Station. I have no idea what can be here. For what I see in the map, it's a plains area because for the color, it's like clearer. I would say that it's a weather station. Like there are stuff there That's what I think. I'm not sure what Kirby thought about it, but now it's a weather station. Um, so that's for the D20. I'm going to roll the D66. That's a 42. 42. Building repair. Building repair. And I'm going to take to get my card. Okay, again, it's like heavily raining again. It's the J of spades there. So it's heavily raining and J it's loud. Okay, heavy rain. It's all the same day. I'm working like crazy today. Um, so I get to this place that it's a weather station, and there's it has like I'm going to check how I say this word. Give me a second. Sorry for for forgetting how to say words in English. Uh, Sorry. Well, this place. Well, it says no. This is not. Well, it has a ceiling, like the roof of this place. It's like made with something like tin or something like that, and some of the one of the corners it's like flopping and it makes a lot of noise, and with the rain is worse, and some of the equipment might be at risk of get broken, and there's some sensible materials there because it's a weather station. So uh, I'm going to get a ladder and some nails and try to fix this under the rain again with the raincoat. And I am such a hard worker person. Carlos is amazing. And obviously we solve it. It takes a while because of the rain. So for my incident report, now that it's marked as resolved, under the rain, I go to Castle Station. There was something broken on the roof, and I fixed it. Now there's no leaking there. That was my third call. Let's go, my second call. Sorry. Let's go to the third. That is the last one for this week. Again, the D20. I got it 17. 17. Mm. Ah, Lonely Canyon. Okay, a reflective spot in the area. So I have to go to Lonely Canyon. And what's happening there? It's 63 troll markers. I have no idea what this is. So if someone can help me out, troll markers. Like, okay. Okay, so these marks where the trail should go or something like that. Okay. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Sorry that I don't have all the vocabulary. And let's check out on the cards how the weather is and what's happening. I got, yeah, I know Spade. This is hard. So it has stopped raining and the sun is out and now it's hot and humid. You know, it's like densely hot, and the trees are making like a greenhouse effect, and oh god, it's so hot. And the 8 is excited. So I would say this is weird because I have troll marks, lonely canyon, excited, and hot and humid. So I would say that there's some yes, we need mushrooms. uh but what I would say that is that some kind of badger, with the high temperatures, uh, um, has gotten really excited, and has, with the small hands of theirs, has broken the troll marks. So I have to fix this, because I don't want to have a call later in which we need to save someone because they have gone off trail. So I'm going to take my red a red, I'm not sure how to say it in English, but the thing that you put around the, like, cloth or something like that, and we have them already cut and everything for doing this. So I'm going to grab some, and I will go there to the Lonely Canyon, and it's a beautiful place where there's a small creek down there, and some amazing subtropical trees. And I'm not sure where this is, but now it has subtropical trees. And it looks a little bit like a rainforest. So I start tying around taking out the ones that are broken. I saw the badger going away when it sees me, and I tie again this red cloth, and now we have all the troll marks uh, on place. It was a really lovely. It's a lovely place, and so it was fun. The rain has stopped. It's a little bit hot, but it was worth the long walk, because this is like really far. So mm, that's that for this call. I mark my incident as resolved. I have end my week. So end of the week log. At the end of each week, take some time to reflect on the incidents that you investigated, as well as any moments, places you visited, or people you met that had an impact on you. Detail how these things affected you, how they change you, or help you stabilize. I would say that the can vandals have turned me into a vicious person. Carols don't like them, but then I got to help someone on the other station, and to finish the week, the Lonely Canyon was an amazing place that I haven't been before, and it has a lovely view, and it was like, it's now one of my favorite places in the world. Um, so that's my first week of the game. Since we are going to start the second one, we are going to roll again the D2 to see how many calls do we receive. I got a 1, so I received 2 calls for week 2. And again, up to this moment, if anyone has a question, you can type it. I'm not going to create like right now a mushroom table. So please don't ask for that. uh, but if you want to ask something, just type it and I'll keep playing. But just so you know, if you want to add something or comment something. Um, so we have two calls. The first week was amazing, a really nice place, and Carlos is really planning on doing this in every national USA national park that he can get to be honest. He has taken a whole sabbatical year from his work, and he plans to do this everywhere. So maybe we need more other brochures of other national parks. I saw someone saying that they wanted to make a Florida one. So, well, maybe that can happen. Okay. So I'm going to roll again my d20 to see where I'm going. I got a 20. Mm, Lake Evergreen. I'm going to Lake Evergreen. That is the place that gives the name to this place. Uh, Lake Evergreen, and so we're going to roll our D66. That's a 45. Fishers in the lake. Wow, I haven't planned this. Let's hope they have their permit. We are out of season. So I get my card. It's the 7. It's cool and breezy, and the 7 means agitated. Cool and breezy and agitated. So we have Lake Evergreen, Fishers, and it's cool and breezy and agitated. When I get to this place, wow, it's so wonderful. You can see uh, like a little bit of mountains all around, because if you see in the map, it's like the lake is in a more clearer area, the color, and then you have like more intense gray. So that makes it like I think that the the clearer the color is, it's you're lower, and then you have mountains all around, like here in my tattoo, if you see it. uh okay. And no, you don't see. Well, I like lakes a lot, and mountains. And the sun is rising. It's like really early in the morning, and I see these fishers. It's everything perfect except for the fact that these fishers, both there are two fishers, both of them have their permits to do this. Um, I'm not sure how you say it in English, but something like the area it's available for catch and release, uh, if that's the term in English too. Uh, and so we they have both their permits, but they are like really near. So like one of them has gotten like you hear my dogs, sorry. Yeah, I have a lot of dogs. um so the fishers uh, sorry, I got the dogs. I love dogs. The fishers are like really near. One has been here before. He has been camping all night long, and the other one just arrived like some half an hour ago, and like he decided to put like right next to the other one. And I mean, the lake is huge, and the other one just has got like really agitated about this fact. So um, I will solve this with a lot of diplomacy, and I'm going to tell the one that got here later to get further a little bit, because this guy is here with his tent, and he has been camping here, and he has been fishing, and there's no one else. It's just the two of them, so should be able to be somewhere else. Um, so uh, I would say that this guy, it's a cool one, and he decides uh, to be a cool fisher comrade, and he decides to go to another part of the lake, and everything's fine in this beautiful, beautiful place in Evergreen Wilds. So that was my first call. I marked the incident as resolved. The fishers are like now besties. So for my second call, we are going to roll once again the d20. I got a 5. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. This is Pike's Meadow. It's like really on the side of the mountain. So I'm going to say that we have like a big prairie full of wildflowers, and you can see the whole mountain like really growing from this place, and it's really, really cool. Everything's cool in this place. I'm glad that like there's no zombies or something like that in the sorry. So I'm going to roll my d66. That's a 44 symbol. Oof, it got mystic. I'm going to get my card. It's a diamond and 4. So 4 is concerning, and give me a second. So and it's overcast. So we have, even though this place is like really, really cool, it's like, oh, like a storm is coming. Overcast means that no, it's like it means like there are a lot of clouds. I hope. uh, so we are here. It's like on the side of the mountain, someone has painted with red a huge concerning symbol, like it looks like witchcraft. And Carlos is all for witchcraft, but to be honest, it's not like the right place. People could do rituals on this space, but why do they have to vandalize this precious, precious place? Uh, Carlos is super mad, and to be honest, uh, he will go back to base camp, and he will try to get something like, I'm not sure with how it's called, the thing to take out paint in English, but that's the product that he is going uh, he's going to try to use. And it takes him like 2 days to do this. Like uh, he's really stressed about this. He doesn't like it. I mean, his abuela was a bruja, and she didn't do these things. Uh, she used to commune with nature and stuff like that. But no, this is terrible. Why would someone paint the wall, the rock in this place? It's horrible. So he's really pissed. Uh, and well, finally, after 2 days, the incident is resolved. It can be marked as resolved. I went to Pike's Meadow and I saw this concerning symbol. The weather was horrible. I had to work a little bit under rain and everything. And um, I'm pissed off with these people. Why don't they respect nature? And that was the end of my week. Um, I would say that I have been in two beautiful places, and that I really like the meadow, the flowers, and I like the lake. I am really happy that I get to resolve some. I got to resolve something peacefully between two people that might have gotten into a fight if I didn't intervene, and that was nice. But then I tried to discover who had made this symbol in the other place, and I couldn't find out in the records who was camping there, and I'm really pissed with that. Uh, it's like it takes away a little bit of my love for humanity and reaffirms my desire to live where there's no people at all. Well, that was my second week, and we're going to do a last week before having a break. So, and then talking to Kirby from Disaster Tourism. And okay, so we start the week. I'm going to have some water. Sorry. It's so weird to talk this much. So I roll my d4 to get my d2. Yeah, I got a 3. So it's again 3 calls this week. For week 3, I got 3 calls. So again, d20, d66, card, and we solve the situation. I got a 4. And this is Alcyon Glen. I'm not sure what a glen is exactly, except that it's in a lot of whiskeys, and I assume like it's like a place where there's water. But okay, okay, an open green place near a water. So we are in this place, and it's like a little bit inside the mountains, and it's really really cool. Let's see what. Uh, I got a 15. 15, it's mountain bike. It makes sense because now we're in the mountain. Uh, and then we have our card. It's a diamond, so it's overcast again. And it's a 2, and it's danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay. Sorry, I'm watching Lost in Space, so I'm like danger. Um, so we have in Alcyon Glen, it's the weather, it's overcast, so it might be raining soon. In this place, we have certain trails for for mountain biking, but there's a person that has a register in the entrance, at the entrance of the road, that hadn't come back yet. So I'm going to be the one responsible to search for it before the rain starts, because I have to do everything fast, because if when the rain starts, this area gets really muddy and we have risk of landfall. I think that it's the term. Like the road may like fall down. Yeah. And this person is called. It's a woman in her 30s, and okay, mudslides. Thanks. And this person is a woman in her 30s, but she's an experimented mountain biker, and I've known that from the rest of the rangers that have been here, that she has been here before, so she knows a place. So I'm going to go and search for her. Her name is Mary. She didn't have a little lamb. So I find her. Her bike. She has a flat tire. Does it work too for bikes? Well, so she is trying to fix it, but she doesn't have a patch. Since I knew that the incident was with a mountain biker, I got my first aid kit for bikes. And so we patched her tire, and she can descend from the area, and we solved this incident. Though it rains over me. I'm not sure if Mary has gotten in time, but she has gone before me. She was safe and sound when I got down, when I arrived to the base camp. So this is a resolved call. I'm glad that I could help someone out in a time of need. I like helping people, and because I always expect that someone would help me if I was in that situation. That was my first call of week 3. Now we have a second call. So D20, I got a 10. Castor Mountain. This hope this can be complicated. I really like if you have the game. I know that Kirby has uploaded some community copies in their itch.io page. So, or if you have bought it, that you can see that it has the trails mark in the game. It's really cool. It's a really nice map. Castor Mountain has a really winding road to get to it, so I hope there's no problem. I'm going to roll the D66. That's 32. I think that I got. No, I didn't, but it's vandals. So if this is the can vandal, I'm going to be really mad. And I get the card. It's a spades, so it's heavy raining, and it's a 7, so it's agitated. So I have heavy rain in a isolated part of the park, and with vandals and agitated. Okay, this is going to be complicated. There's a shelter there, on top of Castor Mountain, because people can't sleep there, because the road is long. So you need like to do maybe an overnight camp to get down on the next day. So someone has paint the same symbol that I found there. I have the vandals there. I found them. There are two teenager, like in their 18, 20 years old, and they are like really messy. They have been there for 2 or 3 days, and it's really like they have been drinking, and it's like they are like terrible people, and they shouldn't be on a national park, like go to a party. And they don't even are like cultists. Like they just thought that it was funny to find some sort of symbols on the internet and draw them on a wall. Terrible, terrible. I know that a parenthesis for this. I know that I have I have grown old because I'm describing this, and I feel like what has happened to my punk ears, you know. But well, uh, so uh, I have to call for other rangers to come and take them out, because like they are really messy, and they are two, and the road is long. So I want to escort them out of the park, and obviously it's not like something just a ranger can do. But okay, so we check that they go out. It takes a while, but better I call their parents so they come and get them. Okay. I'm a terrible, Carlos is a terrible person. He's like really pissed off with humanity. And so for its resolve, uh, Carlos rat them out, not me. I'm cool. Carlos is, it's like really he's really pissed with this guy. He's sure also that these guys are the same that vandalize the trash can, you know. uh, Terrible. uh, so uh, and then this is resolved. The guys are out of the park. Carlos feels really relieved about this, and he hopes that nothing else is vandalized while he's staying here. And at the next day, he goes up again to clean this symbol again, and to put everything in order in the shelter. I'm not sure if you call it shelter in English, but well, he cleans everything up and fix everything so other travelers and hikers can get here. We have one more call for this week. This one was intense. I wonder if I can get out of this without encountering a bear. Let's hope. Number 4, I think that I have been here already. It's Alcyon Glen again, the place where I found the mountain biker, like at the beginning of this week. So let's roll the D66. It's a 40. 34. Sorry, 34 disturbance. Okay. And my card, it's a heart, so it's hot and humid, and a 7. It's a shit. I got a lot of 7s. I feel like I have. I'm going to show you, but I got 3 of the 4 7s. So like, Carlos energy is calling this. So agitated and hot and humid. I'm going to say that the agitated badger from the Lonely Canyon uh, is uh, is at it again. It has been it has bring its family. They are all here, and like the hotness and everything has making them. It's like making them act like really weird, and they are like doing like this on the trees, and they are making, I don't know if bashars do burrows, but they are doing something like that. And they are like nesting here, so they uh, I don't know if I should do something to solve this, to be honest. They are disturbing someone. So I'm going to be honest, it's a national park and animals can do whatever they want, except for bears. Bears can do anything. Uh, and so I think that I'm going to leave the badgers alone, put like an alert for people to know that this is happening, but bashers have decided that they are going to live in Alcyon Glade, so humans deal with it. Um, and well, that's the third week of the game. Bashers are really cute, so just leave them alone. It was a good week for Carlos because he got to solve the trash can mystery and the symbols mystery, and he got to see nature in action, and he's really really happy to be part of the Evergreen Wilds Rangers. Oof. Well, so now we are going to take a 5 minute breaks, and we are going to be for the next after that with Kirby from Disaster Tourism, who will talk a little bit about disaster tourism, their games, their creative process, and this particular game. I really liked it. It's really enjoyable, and it's super super easy to play because it's like once you automatize the way the game goes, it's really really cool. So uh, let's get back together in 5 minutes with Kirby so we can talk with him about it. Thanks everyone.
Hey, this is Tony. I have been a disembodied voice in Armanda's ear this entire time, but now you can hear me live here on stream. We're going to be back in just 5 minutes, like Armanda said. In the meantime, if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit follow and then type an exclamation point. Let's get wild to get entered into a chance to win your very own copy of Evergreen Wilds whenever it comes out from Exalted Funeral. You can also hop over to Evergreen, ttrpg.link/evergreengame to check out the game right now. I know right before we went live, there were just 2 purchases of it away from adding 25 more community copies, so we'd love to have you help make that happen while we're here live on stream, if it hasn't happened already. I know Florida Man had purchased a copy already, so go check it out at ttrpg.link/evergreengame, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to be back in just one moment. Don't forget, if you have not yet, go to ttrpg.link/evergreengame to check this out. It has been really cool to see the conversations in the chat about other people's excitement around this game and some of the potential things that might come out of it. Feel free to ask those questions as we go into this next part. In the meantime, though, we'd love to have you head over to ttrpg.link/13h. That's ttrpg.link/13h to check out 13 Hunters, which is going to be launching tomorrow as part of Zemo. It's Nuclear Obelisk's bounty hunter supplement that is system and setting agnostic. We're also going to be playing it this Saturday at 2 p.m. on stream. We've got another stream set up at 5 p.m. this Friday to play Frag 2nd Edition, which is coming to Kickstarter next month. And we're going to be playing Caesar's game that is coming out with Button Shy. And man, for the life of me right now, the name escapes me. I don't have a slide prepared for it. Is this it? Is this it? Is this the end? One of those two things Thursday afternoon. I'm super excited. It's a 2-player game about telling each other secrets before some sort of inevitable, horrible things happens, along with a number of other amazing conversations we're going to be having this week with Zemo creators on Wednesdays and Fridays. If you haven't yet, hit follow, type an exclamation point. Let's get wild. Get entered into a chance to win a copy of this game when it comes out from Exalted Funeral. My brain stopped working for a second there. And we'll be back in just 1 second for our interview with Kirby.
Welcome, everyone. We are with Kirby Franklin from Disaster Tourism, the creator of the game we just played. I'm going to ask him some questions, but if you want to ask something, just type and we'll mix up the questions with the ones I have prepared for Kirby. Welcome, Kirby.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
Cool. Tell us a little bit about you. Like, what do you do, or whatever you think that it's relevant to yourself.
Whatever's relevant. Well, I am from Philly, and I have a wonderful partner who I do all of this work with. She's my, she gives me a lot of great ideas for games, and also does all the art and layout. I try to do layout, but layout is not my skill. And we have a little 2-year-old, and she's wonderful.
Cool. Yeah. It's good that you complement each other, like for everything and for this too. I mean,
yeah. It's been a really cool experience to kind of come together like that in this weird hobby that we didn't really expect to ever have a connection with. Cool. It's really neat.
Yeah. It's nice. My partner also design TTRPGs, and we are making with them some hack of something, doesn't matter. And it's weird when, for example, I normally do solo journaling, so it's weird when because it's for me it's like a really solo process also, so it's weird, but it's nice.
Yeah.
And how did you came up with Disaster Tourism name? I'm wondering now.
Kind of just stumbled onto it. It's actually the title of a Me Without You song. It's one of me and my girlfriend's one of our favorite bands. But it's cool. One of their song titles. And when we looked at it, I was like, that actually kind of describes role-playing pretty well, because a lot of role-playing games are essentially putting the players as tourists of disaster throughout different places and periods and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was kind of a weird thing that just kind of all
Cool.
worked out for us, and it sounds cool.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. And I think when I first got in contact with this game and with you, I was like, this is I mean, going to this national park is going to be terrible because disaster tourism and a game about the national park. And I was like, oh god, I hope there are no zombies or something like that.
Yeah, I did think about that when we had kind of finalized the logo on the back. When Kristen finished that, I was like, it's so cool, but it also kind of looks like it's part of the game.
Yeah, and also the colors of the game are so grim, for saying it
Yeah.
some way, and it's like, what is going to happen here? And I have no idea if regular brochures from national parks are exactly like this there. I mean, here are horrible. So the brochures, I mean, so I wasn't sure that maybe it was the aesthetic, but the whole moon, the full moon and everything was like,
Yeah.
but it's a really nice game. Even though it's not a horror game. I
Not
was
yet.
pleased with the fact that it wasn't a horror game, to be honest.
Yeah, it actually kind of started that way. The original, I came up with this concept like in like August of last year. All I had really was the idea of being a ranger, and Evergreen Wilds is the title. Or actually, I think at the time it was called something else, but it was essentially going to be a dark, grim version of Firewatch. I wanted to write that,
Cool.
and I was going to use Wretched and Alone to the SRD to write the system or write the game out. But then I was just kind of like, why don't I just make this kind of like a little bit more lighthearted? Just leave it more open-ended and like more of like a introspective, just like nice experience. I love the Wretched and Alone games. I have like 6 of them. I think they're awesome. But I was like, why not just make one that's like not, you don't end up dying at the end. You know?
Yeah, like chances of success are so low.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Wretched and Alone has this. It has to have that vibe, because if not, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not part of the SRD, but it has to be difficult to have success in it.
Yeah.
To succeed in it. So okay. Well, I get lost because I already got away from the questions. So perfect. Do you like camping?
Yes, I haven't been in a few years, but I used to go backpacking and camping all the time.
Cool.
It's used to be one of my favorite hobbies, but I have ADHD, so those hobbies change regularly.
Cool. Yeah, well, it's something that happens. Yeah, like I normally focus like a lot in certain things, like for a while, and then it's like, why on earth did I buy this thing that I am not going to use anymore? Like,
oh yeah.
This today I want to be an artist of, I want to paint with watercolors, and like a week from now I don't want it anymore. So,
yeah,
well.
that sounds like my life.
Yeah. And have you worked in a park or something?
No. There was a period of time where I wanted to be a park ranger. And I think that, I mean, I could still see myself like doing that when I'm a little bit older, maybe. Kind of like, because I feel like that would be, depending on where you get dropped off, that could be a really nice way to spend your twilight years, like being a park ranger in a big national park somewhere. But yeah, never had the opportunity to work in one.
Being a park ranger was the first thing that I wanted to be in my life, like when I was 8 years old. So it's weird. Here it's like not easy, but we have a lack of rangers. So here in Argentina, I mean, so it could be doable, but it's like you have to sacrifice yourself and go to the horrible national parks.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think it works. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like the selection process is pretty. It's almost like a lottery, like where you get placed. So
Yeah.
it's like low chances you're going to get picked for like Yellowstone or like Yosemite or something like that, and you're likely going to end up in a cabin in some crappy campground somewhere. But
Okay. So, tell us a little bit about your creative process. I mean, if you want to talk about this particular game, or in general, is there something that works all the time the same, or
um,
it's everything, or every project is different, or how it worked for this one?
I think the first few games that I published were all kind of evolutions of each other. Um, but recently, a lot of the games have been, or a lot of the games, specifically this one, or not this one, uh, Rivals, which is the game we just published in the beginning of
Is the one
January.
that you have to do rock paper
Yes.
scissors?
Yeah. So Rivals. And then there's a few other games that we kind of are like brainstorming right now. A lot of them come from just random ideas that my partner throws at me. I'll have either like a topic. Sometimes I'll have like a topic or a genre that I'm thinking about, and she will spend more time than she needs to brainstorming all kinds of ways that things could work, like, and all these different things. And then I'll take some of her ideas and I'll like try and formulate them and add mechanisms to them. Credit where credit's due, Rivals was mostly her. And I think it's awesome. It came out really great. I really just, for that game, I just kind of like funneled everything into like a simple system, but all the ideas and pretty much everything was her brain. But yeah, a lot of it's kind of just like back and forth for us. Which is kind of cool. I like that. I like to pretend I'm super creative, but sometimes I'm just like, I walk up to a wall and I just stand in front of the wall for like weeks, and Kristen will come in with like all kinds of new things to do, and I'll just be like, oh, cool, okay, this will work. So
cool. Yeah, it's well, most of us like, I'm like, I sometimes I start with just the title, and I say I want to make a game with this title, and it's like, why do I start here? I mean,
yeah,
it's so weird, and I stay like thinking and thinking and thinking.
yeah.
But then sometimes it's the other way around, but it's cool.
Yeah.
So, well, what? Well, you talk about Firewatch, and is there any other inspiration for this game, or something that you would like to mention, or something else that we should be looking at? Like, you have this game or something like that we should play?
I don't know. I feel like Firewatch was kind of like the starting point for me. There have been a few games that used a tarot deck that really kind of pushed me into like writing this. Now this game doesn't use a tarot deck, but it was going to. After I abandoned the Wretched and Alone for aiming for a more introspective or like, simpler thing, I thought of using a tarot deck to kind of use all prompts, and I realized I was putting way more work into it than I wanted to, and it was becoming much more of a self-analyzation game,
Yeah,
and not so much a park ranger game, with some of that maybe thrown in there. So after a little bit of work on that, I kind of just got rid of that too. But that itself, that process of moving into it and then getting rid of it, kind of helped move me in the direction that it ended up.
cool. What can I ask? What games are those that you checked that have a tarot deck?
Yeah. So Anamnesis just came out.
Okay.
And that game is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it in the mail. I'm very excited to play it. But that was like the main one. I bumped into Sam on TikTok, and she was talking about her game on Kickstarter, and I was like, tarot deck, that's a great idea. I'm going to do a tarot deck too. And that kind of like pushed me in the direction that I wanted to go. It didn't end up working out for me, but I think without bumping into anamnesis, I don't think that the game would have ended up where it is at all. So it was kind of interesting. Other than that, though, that's some more of the mechanical inspiration, I suppose. But really, the game was inspired because I love the outdoors. I love the game Firewatch, and I just thought, what cooler way to spend like an hour or two when you're bored at home than pretend to be a park ranger, you know? Just one of those things.
Yeah, and it's a really fast game. I mean,
yeah,
in an hour I got to play 3 weeks, so it's like, I mean, and you have to play 8, and it's like really fast. And I can see in the game this thing about the self, the thoughts about yourself and knowing yourself. It's pretty clear, but it's quite balanced with the situation you're living, and I like that. Also, I think that I'm designing a tarot game now, but it's like it's really hard, especially, and this is like for my next question, for a brochure game. When you decided that it was going to be a brochure game, like why it's not a book, and how did you manage that?
That was kind of an earlier decision. Before I really had anything nailed down, I had decided this is going to be a park map, a national park brochure, and whatever I have to do to make that work, it's going to work. And when I had it as a tarot system, I had generated, I think, 40 unique analyzations of different tarot cards in their interpretations. And as I was that deep into it, I realized how much text was going to have to go on this brochure. And I planned to have it open a second time. So you open it this way and then you open it again.
Yeah.
And on the inside would be the map. And on one part of the other side would be all of the tarot prompts. And the other side would be the rules. And once I got to that point, I realized this is just ridiculously big. You know, it's kind of moving back into like why I left that idea in the first place. But
yeah,
I had always decided I wanted to have a map that you can see and that you can kind of like move around on, not really, but like, you know, in your head, in your imagination. And also like I wanted it to just be like one of those things where when you're holding the game, it feels like the game is a part of the game. Like the thing you're holding in your hand is a part of the game. I like that a lot with role-playing games when they feel like they are that meta feeling where they feel like this thing is a part of the thing that it is.
Yeah.
It's a very cool design choice by people, and I was trying to emulate that.
Yeah, it's a really I printed here in a normal print place, and it's not like wow, but it's really nice to have it in your hands and opening it, and I mean it's like a diegetic thing because you read it and it's written in the like if it's a brochure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool. I think that you made a wonderful job with it. Someone on the chat says that it feels like Alone Among the Games. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Alone Among the Stars.
Yeah.
Because you have this, I think that it's referred to the fact with the cards that you have the suits and then you have something related to the number. And I felt that too when I read it for the first time. But I think that it's really a nice game. And I love that it's a brochure because I'm going camping next week, as I have told before, and I'm taking it with me. I'm going to play while I'm camping. You know, it's like,
awesome.
and it's really easy to carry around. You know, like I just take a journal and I put it inside and I take it. It's like really nice. So If you had to, are you a norm? Do you normally play solo games?
Sometimes I have
Okay.
a bunch. Most of them are Wretched and Alone games.
Hmm.
I have a few on my computer that I actually haven't had a chance to play yet. But it's kind of like a new thing for me. Like even knowing of it, like I think the two business card games that you had mentioned in the beginning of the stream and Noir were kind of like my first foray into really writing smaller games. I've been working on another game for like a year, which is a whole other discussion that will take months of talking. But you're okay, fine. It's called Crust. It's a crust punk sci-fi horror game. It's crowdfunding in June. You can check out the beta on my itch. It's getting a huge update this week, and then there will be more news coming soon. Yeah, but so I've been working on that game for like a year. But Noir and Little Ranger and Small Sword were the three games that I kind of like was like, I'm writing this huge game. Why don't I just try something that's tiny, like really simple? And there's this designer named Mitchell Daly on
Yeah.
itch, and I love Mitchell. He writes just great games. And
Yeah.
I randomly came across his game Tiniest Wizard for the Tiny Library business card Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I wrote Small Sword, because I was like, this is such a cool idea. I want to write one too. And then I wrote Small Sword, and then and then I sent it to him, and together I then wrote Little Ranger, and he wrote Pocket Rogue as like the four classes, like classic classes. But they were like my foray into like solo RPGs at all. And after that, I kind of I picked a couple up. I played a bunch. The one I've played the most is probably Diogo Nogueira's Lost in the Deep. I've played that like probably 5 or 6 times. It's really good.
Cool.
But I think I mostly enjoy writing them. I think it's a really interesting experience to try and figure out how to make something single player. It's kind of a challenge, really.
Yeah, it's a thing. I write more solo games than what I play, to being honest. Too. So yeah, I understand the feeling. So, any advice to solo players or solo designers that you'd like to share?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm by no means an expert, but with this game, one of the things I tried, which I hope worked, was I tried to make the prompts as vague but colorful as possible. Where I tried to have like some kind of like thing, and then some kind of like description, and then the weather. And in that way, I was hoping that a person could be as they could write as much as they wanted, or they could write like a 2-sentence thing. Like, for instance, if someone didn't really want to write a big story about the can bandits stealing trash cans from the North Ranger Tower North, they could just be like, the trash can fell down the hill and I got it. Or somebody could come up with this like elaborate day where they chased around, what, I don't know. But that's the
Yes.
that's kind of what I was hoping would happen with this. And I think that's how, when I played this, that's what I kind of bounced back and forth with each week to try and see how it would work, playing like just being vague and then writing detailed entries. And I think that's maybe a good, at least would be my suggestion for solo designers and even players.
Yeah. I have some games that have more elaborated prompts, but I normally, one of my like most popular games, or less unpopular games, or something like that, the prompts are just places in a space station, like just the place. And before you enter to this play to the part, you have the prompts. Like I have made like some guide for the people to answer for the prompts, like questions or things like things that they can imagine, but the prompt is just a place,
Mm-hmm.
And I had good reviews about it and bad reviews about it, but Some people don't like; they want more information.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally feel that. I sometimes I'm in that mood.
Yeah.
And I could totally understand that feeling, but I like the opportunity to not be pressured or not feel like I have to put a ton
Uh,
of effort into what I'm doing sometimes.
I have a I'm going to play next time this game with a homebrew that I thought that it's really simple. I thought that it would be nice to have seasons,
Oh
like
yeah.
at the beginning of the game you roll a d4 and you decide what season is, and maybe some prompts can change depending on the season. I might do the hack for you
Oh,
sometime.
cool. I would love to. I would love
But
to
I
see that.
thought that maybe everywhere you can find it on most of the seasons, but during winter they might be hibernating. But you have other risks like avalanches or
Oh
things like
yeah.
that. Uh, that's a thought that I had today. Sometimes I have some ideas, but it's a lovely game.
Well, thank you.
I really enjoyed it. Now, where can we get this game? It's already printed. It's not. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, you can pick it up at my itch digitally and then print it at home. If you don't have a great printer, you can just print it in black and white, and it shouldn't use too much ink. Or you can print it in color and get those super great Baja Blast tones. And then it's only $3 on my itch. There are community copies available, so feel free to take those if you need to. And then I'm not sure what day, but I believe either it may be tomorrow. I have to check with Jarrett about this, but they're supposed to be updating or posting on Exalted Funeral. The physical printings of this are going
Cool.
out for Zemo.
Do you have another game that has been printed before, or is your
Yes.
first? Okay.
I have 4 games available on there right
Cool.
now. Let's see. I can. Well, I don't know if I can actually find a link to that specifically, but if you search Rivals and then Disaster Tourism on Exalted Funeral, or just Disaster Tourism, the top 4 results will be our games. We've got
Cool.
Slasher, Paranormal, Rivals, and Bucket Bash. Bucket Bash is like a Halloween trick-or-treating game, so you can still get it, but it's February, so.
Okay, cool. And well, I'm not sure if someone has any question that wants to. There, Tony, share the link for
Yeah, there you go.
Exalted Funeral, and Carlos is. Someone wanted to know the name of Carlos' dogs. Okay, so the name of Carlos' dog is Juanita.
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 Love it.
Juanita la perrita. And she barks a lot. Well, if without further ado, okay. Yeah.
I do want to know, and I'm going to put Kirby on the spot, and I know Kirby's not supposed to be thinking about it at all.
Oh God. Fuck.
Tell us about the omnibus collection of Evergreen Wilds and what we're going to do about that.
Oh no.
So if you are watching this some other time later in the chat, people have been discussing what it would be like to do hacks of this game with their own local inspiration. So like Armanda could do one that's kind of based around Argentina or the kind of wildlife there, but people could also kind of do an alt version of a national park. And then the ability to create a set of them. My add-in was just like, it'd be really cool to have things where it's like, hey, did you do this at 3 parks? Oh, cool. Check off this box. It's a little meta like thing that you accomplished during your 3 seasons playing across things. I think there's a lot of fun that could be had there. And tell us about how you're going to make all that happen. or just what it could look like if you decide to do it.
I do have something planned for this, regardless of the aside from the omnibus. For this game, I do plan to put out a second version that is for 2 to 4 players to spend a week camping in the Evergreen Wilds. I haven't formulated exactly how it's going to work, but I want to basically put it out as like a supplement to this game, using the same exact map and locations, but maybe with some pictures and different things like that. As for the omnibus that I am now in charge of, let's see. It's going to be this really cool game jam that I'm going to host in March. Oh, fuck, that's so close. Let's say I'm going to host
March is like in.
God damn it.
March is too close.
I can't put this kind of stress on myself.
And we're doing Together We Jam in March, so don't do that.
Okay, I'm going to do a jam in I'm going to do a jam in April.
Cool.
And that jam will be what Tony said. Everybody's going to make stuff, their own versions of things, and then we'll crowdfund a printing of it, and there will be a cool little brochure rack that comes with the final product that you can put your little brochures in and put it on your beautiful shelf with all of your national park guides and
patches for each park that you visit.
And I really hope that I don't disappoint every single person in this.
But here's a nice thing. You don't have to disappoint anybody. We can all disappoint each other.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the cryptids thing. We kind of talked about that a little bit in chat, but my partner is a huge cryptids fan. I'm a big fan of cryptids too. So we were kind of thinking about putting out like another version of this game, just specifically Evergreen Wilds, but with cryptids in it. It's kind of like a fun, scarier version.
Cool.
So we'll see.
That's interesting. Everything that you told us is interesting. If I'm not sure if anyone wants to ask something else. No. So, you know that the game Evergreen Wilds is coming with physical copies to Exalted Funeral, and if you want a digital copy, you can get it in disastertourism.itch.io. I think that it should be something like that. And we'll be waiting for the Evergreen Wilds Jam. And everyone has a lot of ideas to do for this jam.
There were a lot.
To be honest, I have never seen so many people interested on a jam. Because normally people just say, yeah, I'm going to do this, but then no, but the game, it's like so minimalistic, and it feels like really easy to hack, to be honest, because you don't need, it's easy to do it. Thanks everyone. Hope you had fun. This is the last game we are doing the actual play during February. We'll get back to the actual plays in March. But you can wait for the review in +1 X channel in YouTube of this game, and from the game we played last week, from Alfred Valley's 1000 Empty Light. I'm owing you that. And in March, we'll get back with the actual plays for other games. Thanks, Kirby, for joining us and for making this amazing game. And it lived to its expectations.
I'm very glad to hear that. And thank you for having me on.
No, thanks to you for joining us. Thank everyone, and hope to see you next time.
And we will be back later on this week with some other actual plays. But yeah, this is our last Alone with Armanda until next month. Armanda's going to be taking a little break. But we will have reviews, like she said, of the first 2 games that we covered in this series. Also, if you're a solo RPG designer, if there's a solo RPG you want to know more about, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to talk to you about your game. and how we can support it. With that said, Mo, yeah, you did win, so go ahead and shoot me a message. And Kirby says, thank you to everybody. We need one more sale on itch to unlock 25 more community copies, so go check that out. Let's make that happen before we all go off. Also, if you have not yet, go to ttrpg.link/13h. 13 Hunters launches tomorrow. It's a system agnostic bounty hunter supplement. We're also going to be playing this Saturday with Dom, Sam, and some other folks from the +1 community to see what it looks like in Through the Void. So come back Saturday afternoon to check that out. We've got more amazing conversations and games coming up pretty much every day this week, and we'll see y'all soon. Thank you so much. All right, we're clear. Oh, wait, no. My audio is still up, but everybody else is clear. Everybody can hear me saying this right now. Love you, everybody. Bye.